Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GSL Daybreak, where we are going to be witnessing a game of the highest caliber. We're going to be seeing prOpSnuffe. I'll probably just call him either Prop or Snuff at some point in this game. He's going to be spawning as the blue Terran in the bottom left spawn location. He is representing Master League Top 8, and his opponent, JustDontCry, also representing Master League Top 8. He's going to be spawning as the green Terran. So, so more TVT, and we are going to be, as I said before, on Daybreak. I don't think I've ever cast a TVT on this map. Huh. Well, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. And yeah, we saw JustDontCry do about 1,000 different things in the last series against Andy. He did seem to like Reapers quite a bit. He opened with the Reaper openings in 2 of the 3 games, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him open with Reapers, but actually, I kind of would, simply because this map isn't exactly the best Reaper map in the world. Anyway, prOpSnuffe going to be deploying his supply depot at the front. Setting himself up for a wall-off if he wants to. It looks like he's going to put his barracks down there, though, so no wall-off for him. Going to be throwing that down there. Obviously, wall-off's not exactly important against Terran, so unless you're trying to hide something. Everything's going pretty standardly thus far. prOpSnuffe's just grabbed his first geyser, so going to be getting gas slightly earlier than his opponent. And JustDontCry's just grabbed his own gas, so everything's still pretty similar. And the game can really go anywhere from here at this point, really. Going to be sending guys into that gas. Going to be moving out with a scout, so he's going to be scouting a little bit earlier. JustDontCry sending his scout out slightly later, but obviously, moving out the SCVs would probably imply that neither of them are going to be going for I'm not going to say what I was going to say because he's putting a tech lab on that. Moving right along, my knowledge of Terran is less than stellar. I should definitely work on that. JustDontCry going to pause for a second, and hopefully that doesn't take too long. Let's see. prOpSnuffe does have an SCV running around the main. He sees exactly what's going on in JustDontCry's base. JustDontCry hasn't yet scouted his opponent, but his SCV is reasonably close there. I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that JustDontCry is not going to be going for Reapers. However, prOpSnuffe could be doing that. His tech lab is about to finish. He may just be going for, well, I probably assume Reapers, just that since it's such an early tech lab, but I could be wrong. Anyway, orbital command is almost done for both players. Out of curiosity, does anybody know if Prop is a team, or if his name is prOpSnuffe, or if he's just Snuff and he's on a team called Prop? There we go. We are ready to go. And there's the resume. And that Marine is going to be spawning, going to be able to take out that SCV. And going to be able to make quick work of that SCV. Well, a little bit of lag coming in from JustDontCry. Not ideal, but it seems to be gone. There is a Reaper coming up for prOpSnuffe. So after all my comments about how, whoa. Pause again from JustDontCry. Having lag issues is not a nice thing. Yes, JustDontCry, it was you. I can't talk to them, though. Haha, I can chat to them individually by whispering. There we go, resume once again. JustDontCry is down to only 1 pause. So if he wants to pause again, that is going to be his last one. Reaper almost done for prOpSnuffe. Going to be moving out across the map. That is, of course, a lovely opportunity to get another scout. Factory going down for JustDontCry. Opting for a quicker factory rather than the pretty gas-heavy Reaper opening. Ooh, going to be putting a supply depot down there, so it's going to take a little while to be able to expand on there. However, Reapers can take up buildings very, very fast, so not going to delay that really at all. prOpSnuffe going to be putting his command center just simply a little bit further away. We'll be able to float that over there as soon as that's complete. So, not the biggest loss in the world. A couple of Marines are at that Zelnaga watchtower. It looks like they're actually rallied over there. Yep, they are rallied to the Zelnaga watchtower. And not a bad decision at all. He knows that there's a Reaper on the field, so he wants to be able to see where that's coming from. Looks like it's going to be going around the back, though, so not exactly the best position for him to be in, come to think of it. Having all of his Marines there might allow the Reaper to have its way with the SCVs. Going to be throwing down a tech lab on there. He may be going for the little switcheroo. We saw that in the third game against Andy. Went for the Banshee play, and I wouldn't be surprised to see play here as well. Reaper going to be moving into the main, though. Going to be able to take out the SCV building, the starport. Going to be able to delay that by a significant amount. Getting a second SCV kill. Will get almost a surround. Will he be able to get away? It looks like he is actually going to get away with that Reaper. Yes, he is going to be able to get away, but there should be Marines over here. He's not going to react with them, though. And prOpSnuffe will get away with that Reaper to fight for another day. Not bad at all. There is a barracks being put pretty close by JustDontCry. Interesting decision this late in the game. Usually if you see a proxy racks, it's very, very early, but not going to be going for the switcheroo, going to be going for siege mode instead. A little bit supply blocked. Not the best position for him to be in, but he is building a supply depot, so it should be done momentarily. This barracks is done, and now he might be using it as a scouting barracks, actually, come to think of it. That would make sense. But if he doesn't, I'm really interested to see what he does with this. There is a little move out of Marines here. 5 Marines or so going to be moving in. Looks like 6 Marines are... Oh, yeah, he is actually going to use it to make Marines. He's going to be reinforcing his little push here. Not the worst choice of all time. Can he see the barracks from there, though? No, he cannot see the barracks. Barracks is just out of vision range, and I'm pretty sure JustDontCry knows exactly what the range on that Zelnaga watchtower is. Deliberately placing that barracks there. Oh, it looks like the Marine left right before he saw that Marine pop out from there, so he will not know that there is a proxy reinforcing barracks there. And JustDontCry is in a reasonably good position here. He's bringing up a few more Marines. Got a Viking as well. Does he have stim? He doesn't have stim. He doesn't have any upgrades on those Marines. Doesn't have combat shields. Doesn't have stim. Doesn't have any +1 or anything. prOpSnuffe is going for a couple of missile turrets, so that's a little bit of a waste of money for him. Not really a waste, but that's money that could have been spent on Marines at this point of the game, and tanks and Marines and Viking. This is a very, very scary push. He does have siege mode as well, so this could be very, very dangerous. He will be able to take out that first SCV. Where will he siege up? He's going to siege up there. He's in range of a reasonable number of things. Not going to be in range of any of the units right now, but he will be able to take out that bunker. Bunker is going to be salvaged, so he will not end up losing. He'll only lose 25% of that. He's going to be able to take a few shots on that supply depot as well. And here comes the move out with the SCVs. SCVs are going to fall. A reasonable number of SCVs are falling, but there are enough Marines to be able to hold this off, and that is very, very well held by prOpSnuffe. There are still a few more Marines in here, but he's going to try to take out as many SCVs and Marines as he can, but wow, he did actually lose 12 SCVs there. Pretty significant losses. But JustDontCry lost a lot more army. prOpSnuffe still actually has the worker lead, so not the end of the world for him by any stretch of the imagination. And JustDontCry is being forced to return home in disgrace, and now will use this barracks as a scout. We'll be able to see exactly what's going on. There is a starport on the way and a reactor, so he'll most likely be switching that up and moving into Marine medevac. Gonna be building some supply depots. Well, gonna be able to set up a reasonable defense with these sieged up tanks. So it's gonna make it harder to actually hit against JustDontCry. But he's finally gonna be able to put that barracks on the tech lab there. Finally gonna start stim, latest stim in the world, 10-minute stim, and he's gonna be able to pull that barracks away. Barracks, of course, very, very efficient means of scouting. They may be slow, but 1,000 health, you can just call down a mule, repair it. Not bad at all. There is a pretty scary move out here of Marines. We're looking at 25 Marines moving out across them all. There's just sort of chilling there for now. And it looks like he's getting ready to move out. 3 more Marines going to be on the way, and looks like he's probably going to move out upon getting these medevacs in there. Oh, JustDontCry is going for a drop, and this is going to be very interesting because prOpSnuffe is totally out of position, but on that note, when prOpSnuffe goes for an attack, looks like prOpSnuffe is also going to be going for a bit of a drop in the main as well. So we're going to be seeing 1 full medevac versus 2 full medevacs. And how are these players going to react? prOpSnuffe does have this missile turret, and JustDontCry really needs to be paying attention. He can't lose this, and he's going to be losing a significant number of Marines. Loses 6 Marines. Wow. Whereas prOpSnuffe is going to be able to land unperturbed in the main, and he has 16 Marines in the wall. 14, hasn't unloaded them all, but he is doing a lot of damage. Going to be able to focus down that call down. Not the best thing ever. Oh, not a great position for JustDontCry, and JustDontCry is losing a lot of supply here. Well, not really supply, but a lot of tech, and he's in a terrible position, not able to mine for as long as these guys are just there, and he's being forced to pull all of his tanks into the main, and he's just going to load up and leave. Losing only 3 Marines for that attack. Was able to take out the upgrade as well while it was building, so that is going to be a long time before he's able to get those upgrades back up again. There are 2 engineering bays under construction down there. There's a lot of oversaturation going on over here. Taking a look at the workers' supply, 45 to 35. prOpSnuffe has a pretty commanding lead. He wasn't able to kill all that many, but whereas JustDontCry is up to 20 workers killed. That initial attack with the tanks doing a pretty significant amount of damage to the worker line, but prOpSnuffe just out macroing. He's almost double his supply at this point, and he still has a huge army here just waiting to be deployed. Only losing 3 Marines for that attack was key. He's now able to just bring those Marines back, add them to this already pretty big ball, and just make this one big full-on attack at the front. Just taking a look at JustDontCry, what he really has is 3 tanks and 2 Marines. That's all he has. The tanks are out of position now. Really, prOpSnuffe can split up this army as much as he pleases and really do tons of damage. He'll be able to. Well, he will be seeing that coming, but this tank is. Well, it looks like he's going to be sieging that one up there and this one up on the low ground down there. But I don't think there's enough to hold this. Here we go. prOpSnuffe going to be moving in. No, forces the stim on 2 of the Marines. Ooh, takes a shell. Not nice for him. Looks like he's actually going to move around, go through the 3rd. Is he flying a 3rd out there? No, he's actually going to go build a 3rd. Not good timing at all for that SCV to be coming in there. And that SCV is not long for this world. JustDontCry going to lose. Oh my God! No cancel. That's 400 minerals gone. That is not exactly a position that you want to be in at all. Armory on the way for JustDontCry now. prOpSnuffe is in such a good position. He's just sort of chilling here. He's containing JustDontCry. He's not allowing anything to happen while he's taking his own 3rd. And he's just going to continue being in a fantastic position, going to be able to do as much as he wants. Going to have that's tons of units that he's moving out with. Consider he already has that many, and he's going to be able to add on that many more. And, well, there's not all that much to defend with. Few tanks, couple tanks in the main. Scan going down, we'll be able to see that the front is not really all that well manned. 1-1 is about to finish, so that's a little bit of good from the JustDontCry camp. But prOpSnuffe is already halfway done with 2-2, as well as +1 vehicle weapons, so combat shield is going to be on the way up as well for JustDontCry. And he's getting his upgrades. He's going to be doing his best to hold on as long as he can, but I really feel like prOpSnuffe is playing phenomenally at this point. He's just containing. He's getting a pretty big army. He's getting a huge ball, and really anytime he wants, he can just move forward and crush his opponent. It looks like JustDontCry is going to try to take a hidden expansion. No, he's just going to go for a scout. Going to be slipping past, going to be going for a scout. At this point, a hidden expansion is probably the only expansion that he's going to be able to take, so he'd better do something fast. I mean, the longer he waits, the more he's going to be behind. He can't take this one. The Marine is going to be there. It's going to see him as soon as he does that. I mean, honestly, he's really not in a position to do much of anything. A couple Marines are going to move up there, take out that SCV, no problem. And Scan's going to be going down. A command center is being built, so he wants to expand somewhere. The question is where. And there's just really not all that much on the field. He's got a decent number of Marines, but compare that to this huge army down here, it's like if America went to war against Liechtenstein. prOpSnuffe is America, and JustDontCry is Liechtenstein. It's not exactly the best position to be in. He's going to be stimming that Marine out, going to be taking a the life of a Marine. Inject yourself with drugs and then get shelled by 2 tanks. That's a little depressing. Sieging dem tanks up. Looks like he's going to get ready for a drop. Oh, tanks are loaded in there. 8 Marines and 2 tanks are going to be dropped onto the high ground. If he flies too close to those... No, he's actually... it looks like he's actually not going to do that, and he's decided against it. But there are so many units on the map for prOpSnuffe, and prOpSnuffe is now maxed, whereas JustDontCry is only at 137 supply. And, yep, JustDontCry is desperately going to try to take this expansion, going to siege up that 1 tank, but 1 siege tank is not going to do enough against all of this. And prOpSnuffe knows that. He is going for it. He's going to be able to siege those tanks up, and he's going to stem all those Marines in. Only 1 sieged up tank there is not going to be able to do much at all. Going to be moving in and takes out everything in seconds. And he's going to be able to take out that command center almost instantly as well. That command center goes down, and wow. prOpSnuffe is still maxed. JustDontCry stemming down all of his troops, but forces the stem and doesn't even engage. Going to lose 2 Marines or so, but not a bad engagement for prOpSnuffe at all. JustDontCry going to be sieging up his tanks while prOpSnuffe just sort of tries to bait the tanks into sieging up. He has all of these tanks back here. He's going to try to bait. He wants to try to bait JustDontCry into that tank line, but here we go, moving right into the main. And JustDontCry has left himself totally undefended in the main. Going to be able to lose a lot of stuff in there, taking down that tank. There's a tank on the high ground. High ground tank goes down as well. Going to be able to move right into the main, right into the natural. And he's pushing forward, but there's tanks sieged up very nicely. Going to be able to take down almost all of those units. And there's the GG from JustDontCry. prOpSnuffe wins game 1, and we will be going into game 2 in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. I have been Penguin, and thank you for